1-2-1-2 world famous wake up show. You know what the theme is tonight, man. It's the celebration of the one and only Mr. Chino XL, one of the greatest lyricists of all time. I have another friend on the phone right now. I think I put you on the record the first time you were on a record together. I got King Crooked, and I begged him to jump on this record, man. He didn't know what the record was. The record became Tap Dancing, produced by Focus. Is that the first time, Crook, you did a record with Chino, or had y'all worked together before that?
That's a great question, man. We got so many records together. Tap Dancing, I'm going, man, I hate to do this to you. What year was that?
That was 2006 or 7.
2006 or 7?
Yeah.
So, yo, dog, we must have had a record before that but I would think that whatever the record was, it was you who put it together. Because, I mean, we did the Wake Up Show Rap City Freestyle in 2000. Right? Yeah, so you telling me that we didn't make a record until 6 years later?
Yeah, y'all didn't. I don't think y'all did, man. I mean, it's like you were kind of going through your own stuff with Death Row and being an independent artist, and then it was back and forth with Suge Knight, and then you were coming out with all this stuff, and then Chino was kind of doing his own thing in his world, and it wasn't until about, I want to say 6 or 7, man, where we had started working a lot with Focus, and he had this beat that sounded like somebody was tap dancing. And I had this idea of like somebody, you ask them the truth, and they always tap dance around the truth. And I threw the idea at y'all, and then y'all came out with some ill-ass bars and rhymes, which we're going to play that record tonight. But from you, man, as an MC, and somebody who is a wordsmith that sits there and crafts, lyrics and bars. It's not the average brain of MCing, meaning like they're not just rhyming friends with bends and ends, and you know what I'm saying? It's not that simple.
Right.
Where do you feel Chino ranks in the greatest of all time when it comes to lyricism?
He's up there. He's up there. When I think about lyricism, Tech, I always think about the different decades, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, 2010s, 2020. I think about the different decades because I feel like it's very unfair to the people who laid the foundation, the pioneers, the Grandmaster Cazzers, and, things of that nature, the Treacherous Three. I think it's unfair to just listen to somebody in the year 2024 and compare them to the people who laid the foundation, because without the foundation, we don't have anything in the art of lyricism. Like, some of these people were thinking with original thought. They weren't building from the blueprint. Like, I was able to hear Big Daddy Kane and Rakim and Cool G and say, okay, now where do I want to take it? Some of these people were just, this was an original thought. Like, damn, what do I do? So, long story short, I always separate it into decades. But as far as Chino XL goes, rest in peace, long live Chino XL. He was, you got good rappers, you got great MCs, you got elite MCs, and then you got Jedi MCs. Chino XL was a Jedi MC. You know what I'm saying? And we did not use that term loosely. If Chino called somebody a Jedi, that meant ultimate respect for the mastery and the skill level. Right. If I call somebody Jedi, same thing. Chino XL was a Jedi MC. He sat at that table, with the few. It ain't many. It's a lot of elite rap MCs, and there's a lot of great MCs, but Jedis are man. That's a team that's not that many, Tech, and he was one of those Jedis for sure.
Yeah, and I think just to add to that, man, the other gift I think Chino had along with being a Jedi was he didn't give a shit about how you felt about the rhymes. He said, hey, if he said stuff that would offend people, he didn't care. You know what I'm saying? He was like, if this bar works, sometimes the bar was more important to him than the casualties. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, I mean, that was it. I mean, you know, we were all taught, man, that art is supposed to evoke emotions. You know what I'm saying? Right. And art is supposed to bring out happiness, anger, sadness, you know?
Right.
So if your art is bringing out emotions, you're on the right path. And he definitely was very early with the offensive lyricism, where it was like talking about people in pop culture. Right. Like M did when M stepped into the game.
Right.
You know, Chino was right there.
Right.
With what you would call shock rap. Some of the bars were shock rap. He didn't have a shock rap gimmick, but some of the bars were shock rap. Like, whoa.
Right.
What this dude just say? You know what I'm saying? So that right there, he was the pioneer of that.
Yeah.
And you know, the syllable flow. He made sure that the syllable flow was on point. He made sure that the metaphors and the punchlines were very, very, very sharp and strong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He would go into that metaphoric bag and that punchline bag like crazy. So, yeah, man, first time I ever seen, let me just share this, dog. The first time I ever seen Chino XL was on Rap City. He had a song called I'm a Creep, I'm a Loser, I Wish I Was Special. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I remember that joint.
And that joint was so crazy, and he was a guest on the Rap City, and he did like the booth or something with Tigger or something. And that dude started rapping. I was like, yo, this guy's a fucking problem. And we don't say that much because, I mean, you know, people nowadays, they say, yo, go look at this link, crook. This dude went off. And I go tap the link and it's whack as hell. You know what I'm saying? But it's like what they call going off, I don't call going off.
Right.
But when I saw this on Rap City, he was going off. I was like, yo, this dude is a monster, you know? And that was my first experience, man. And it's been a while since I've had those experiences are far and few, bro.
Right.
Not too many people bring that out of you no more. Like, yo, where you sit up in your chair. Shout to Chino. He did that.
Yeah. I remember, man, after the wake-up show, Sway and I be driving home just quiet, looking at each other like, man, this dude. I remember one of the, before the record came out, when he used that line, rapper stay away from me like I'm Eazy-E's blood sample. And that was, Eazy had just passed, so everybody was either mad or pulling their hair or wanted to kill him. And I was like, yo, why you guys say that shit? You know, it's like...
too early.
It was...
Master of the too early.
Master of the too early, man. But that was so dope about him, man. It's like you didn't know what he was going to say. And I think one of the only guys that could do it back to back to back to back to back, meaning like there are MCs that'll drop one or two lines that you're like, oh, damn, that was dope. But at that time, in the early 90s, mid-90s, crook, you know, from doing the wake-up show, having thousands of MCs on, I don't remember anybody who had every bar was like a hammer hitting you in the head, like pow, pow, pow. And you know, I got a chance to really work with him from, like I said, 2004 to about 2007. And he was really into the craft, man. There was no wasted bars with him. And I think that's what puts him in the Jedi category. There's no bars that you were like, I could have wrote that. Nah, man, the setups were incredible. Again, man, you know, that's why I thank you for you know, just joining me on celebrating his life. I didn't know who else to call that's another Jedi that could actually say that about him, because most of the people, man, they didn't want this guy to ever blow up, man. It's like, you know, some hoopsters that are like, yo, man, this guy dunks from the free throw line. If he comes into the NBA, he's going to be a problem. I don't even want him in the league. He got that a lot from different artists that told him, like, hey, man, I don't want you to blow up because you're going to fuck my whole shit up. Now I got to start writing better bars because of you.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
sure you've heard that yourself at some point. Like, damn, Crook, I hope you don't blow up. It's like,
yeah, it's a gift and a curse. You know what I'm saying? Mastery, man, and putting in all of your hours and really having a deep, passionate, love for the art of rhyming, lyricism, connecting words, telling stories, songwriting, all that. It comes with blessings, and it comes with people hating on you just to be a buck.
right.
They don't. I know plenty of people who didn't want to rap with me and Chino. There's been super platinum guys who are like, yo, I'm gonna just be honest with you. I don't want to rap with you guys because you're gonna outshine me, and then my fan base I'm gonna be embarrassed in front of my own fan base. And it's like, all right, well, let's just make a record where it's not about who has the illest bars. Let's tell a story. Let's do something else. Mm-hmm. But they just, a lot of the competition, man, they just feared. And Chino was one of them guys who was, if you rap with Chino, you're at least a real MC. You know what I'm saying? Right. You might not be a Jedi, but if you rapped with him and you welcomed him on your joint, you're a real MC, and I respect you for that, because you're right, Tech. A lot of people will, I ain't rapping with, people's managers tell me that. They like, yo, my artist been ducking you for 10 years. Like, so It's like, people who rapped with him, man, they deserve their kudos. And, dude, even when he was making freestyles for like radio drops, he was saying ill shit.
Right.
I remember that one bar he said when he said, I write more essays than an incarcerated Mexican. Back when I first heard that, I was like, this shit is hard. And that's the thing, is like, he came with these lines, man, that was just dope. And it's kind of like when I'm talking to M, you know what I'm saying? When I'm talking to M, me and Chino had similar type of conversations, because it's like, yo, you said this one line, and it was right under my fucking nose, and I never thought about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Those are the lines that make you stand out, and that's always. I just put him in that pantheon on Mount Olympus with all of Jedis who really care about lyricism, man, and it's a huge loss.
Right.
To hip hop, all the fucking record sales and all the fucking touring and the tickets and all this fucking streaming and all that, man, fuck all that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When it comes to preserving the craft and it comes to really making sure the essence of lyricism never dies, Chino's holding that torch. Not that motherfucker with 1 billion fucking streams.
Right.
Chino's holding that torch. So treat him as such. Give him that respect. Give him that salute. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I remember you had one line that got him, man. He's like, dude, what was that bar with the wardrobe? I know he came into the studio, was like, man, Tech, how did I miss that line, man? I should have had that line. Damn, that was a good line. You said, I'm dressed to kill. That's why they call it a wardrobe or something. You said one of the freestyles, and then he was walking around like, damn, how did I miss that? You know what I'm saying? So,
yo, bro, that's what I'm saying. Yo, those be the easiest ones, Tech, because we'll say some extracurricular fucking Quasar Next Galaxy alternative reality rhyme.
Right.
And everybody's like, yeah, that's dope. And then the simple shit just flies by us like, I'm dressed to kill. That's why they call it a wardrobe. Yeah. And it's like, okay, that's a cool line, but y'all don't know, like, somebody should have been said that 20 fucking years ago. It's so easy.
Yeah.
So, man, I'm the same way, dog. I'm like, yo, these guys, I love it though, man. They inspire us. They inspire us to keep going. They inspire us to keep studying. And Chino, man, it was an honor to be on the joint with the God MC himself, Rakim, on the beat and on the hook.
Right. And
record that joint with Chino, you know what I'm saying, as one of his last joints he recorded, to do it with me on the joint. First of all, to do it with the God MC, and then to do it with me on the joint, knowing that our careers have been tied together somewhat since we made our appearance on the Wake Up Show together. Mm-hmm. We got several songs that we've been on with each other. People always hit me on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, and they'll, yo, you and Chino. It's like our careers have been, tied together somewhat, and it's dope that I got the honor to rock with him. You know what I'm saying? One more time for the lyricist, and he holds that flag, he holds that torch, and I see the outpour of love. I hope he knows how much people loved him, because I hear it. I'm getting calls from some of the biggest rappers in the game. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, yo, that dude's ill. And, that's what we do this for. Might not ever walk up on stage and grab a Grammy, but we'll walk in the barbershop and they'll be like, yo, that shit you said was ill. That's what we be doing this shit for.
Well, let's get into some of the records, man. I appreciate your time, brother, man. Let's play the tap dancing record, which I'm sure half the world or most of the world's never heard. Thank you for your time, Crook. Rest in peace, Chino XL, man. We will love you forever. Like he said, man, a Jedi forever, man. You got that, brother. You got that. All right, Crook. I'll hit you later, man. Appreciate you, brother.
All right, Tech. World famous wake up show.
There it is.
To improve.